Thanks, Jeff. Glad to see we've got a little more time with this sunny weather, but while the skies are bright outside, they're looking pretty bleak for those in the healthcare. A rough rescue for a dog stuck in 5 feet of snow. And we have a new study from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and this is incredible. Stay tuned for other fire stories, including what artifacts people are finding in the Colorado Marshall fire remains. One man's trash is another man's treasure, but in this next story, it's goats that are the real winners, happily snacking on discarded Christmas trees. We move to a habitat visible to the public. I hope that means behind glass and not in my backyard. Vaccination rates are slowing down as cases are surging. Good evening, I'm Carolyn Conte, and stay tuned with us on NCN. We have a new report on the shortage of healthcare workers in Nebraska, what senators are doing about it. And it comes just as the number of COVID-19 hospitalizations across the state have jumped over 700 for the first time since December of 2020. What it means for you, plus more news across the state. Our top story this hour, police responding to a fallen person ended up making an arrest in northeast Nebraska yesterday. Sunday afternoon, the Columbus Police Department and Columbus Fire responded to a call for a person who fell outside on 8th Street. Officials say the initial report was that a person had fallen and had a bump on his head. Authorities say that when officers arrived, they spoke to the person who fell, identified as 28-year-old Michael Keener. Keener then told officers he had killed a person at another location. Keener led officers to the second location on 16th Avenue. There, officers found 77-year-old Larry Hudek dead. Keener was arrested for first-degree murder and a weapon charge. The investigation is ongoing. Take a look at this fire further south, where authorities say more than 150 bales of hay are destroyed after a fire. Osceola Fire and Rescue say the call came in Sunday night. On arrival, crews found 150 round bales and a barn filled with square bales completely engulfed in flames. The bales on fire were allowed to burn while surrounding exposures were protected. Crews thanked the help of Conklin feed yards to move some bales to a safe distance. Stromsburg and Polk departments also helped out. It took around 3 hours to clear the fire, though. And another tragic car accident report here. A northwest Nebraska mother and daughter are dead after an accident Friday afternoon on Highway 71 west of Hemingford. Authorities say an eastbound car driven by 53-year-old Hattie Hanks crossed the center line of the highway, colliding with a westbound pickup. Hattie Hanks and 27-year-old Riley Hanks, both of Crawford, were declared dead at the scene. An infant and another driver were taken to a hospital in Scottsbluff. In another crash, a Nebraska judge is now ruling that a potentially damaging and expensive lawsuit involving the deaths of 4 teens can move forward. The judge denying requests from the Ford Motor Company, a guardrail firm, and Sarpy County that the case be thrown out. It's been nearly 2.5 years since the highly publicized one-car crash left 4 Gretna girls dead and a 5th injured. The judge siding with the teens' families, ruling their initial complaint is sufficient to at least claim negligent infliction of emotional distress. The lawsuit, which has a long way to go, finds a stretch of 180th Street near Platteview Road in the legal crosshairs. The family is specifically accusing Sarpy County of negligence by building a defective road. Sunday evening marked 2 days since 45-year-old Jason Schramm of Gretna went missing. The Sarpy County Sheriff's Office says the father of 3 was involved in a property damage accident Friday night. They say Schramm was eastbound, entered an intersection at Highway 6, and collided with a Sarpy County snowplow. Authorities say Schramm then fled on foot into a field and hasn't been seen since. Sunday, more than 100 volunteers came to support local authorities, searching for ditches and fields for any sign of Schramm. The Sarpy County Sheriff's Office began the search again this morning. Moving west to central Nebraska, 1 person has been killed after a shooting in Kearney. Just last night, Kearney police say they responded to a home on West 23rd Street to investigate gunshots. Shortly after that report, 2 men showed up to Good Samaritan Hospital in Kearney with gunshot wounds. 1 has since died, the other listed in stable condition, thankfully. Witnesses tell police several shots were fired and that they saw multiple people running away from the scene. No arrests have been reported. Anyone with information is urged to contact the Kearney police. The Federal Occupational Safety and Health Administration is investigating the death of a worker Friday at the JBS Swift meatpacking plant in Grand Island. Hall County Attorney Marty Klein confirmed late Saturday that a 48-year-old man had died Friday afternoon after an accident at the plant. Grand Island police later identified the man as Esteban Matilla. In a statement late Saturday, JBS spokesperson Nikki Richardson confirmed the death, writing that the company is working with local officials and OSHA to investigate the incident. Richardson says JBS will be providing support to the family. Omaha police say Saturday that officers were paying special attention to local synagogues in light of the hostage situation that unfolded throughout much of Saturday at a Texas synagogue. OPD did not indicate any elevated threat, but says it was taking steps to monitor those areas as a precaution. Hostages who had been held for hours inside a Texas synagogue were rescued Saturday night, according to Governor Greg Abbott, bringing an end to a standoff which had lasted nearly 12 hours. And stay tuned, we have a report on the major snowstorm people across the country are talking about, plus how a man died in a Columbus jail.